What's up, everybody? Crit Nick and Papa Den are here to break down everything Classic 8. We're going to explain to you exactly how everything's going to work, and we're going to do some team analysis. I'm really excited to take a look at these teams now that they are formed. Everybody had a lot of theories on how to spend their $30, and I think everybody came up with really unique ideas.
Yeah, there's so many characters to choose from. Duplicates were allowed, and I think that was the thing that we all saw. Almost the best characters on our team are all going to be duplicated at some point. And, it's left teams with no wall jumpers, no power hitters, no fielding, no pitchers. Every team lacks something. And that's what we're going to see every single game. There's going to be a missing piece that you don't get normally in a regular season format or even just a classic because we're drafting and we know who we're picking. But without further ado, Nick, let's break it down.
So first things first, we're going to tell you how the bracket's going to work at the end of the season. So we have 8 people. So you'd think we just go quarterfinals, semis, finals, but we got to make it a little bit more interesting. The 8th place player is out, completely out of the playoffs. 6th and 7th will play their way in to face 3rd and or 4th.
Yeah, and then the first 2 place teams do have a bye.
Yes. Dude, I will never sniff that top 2 spot. I'm happy for you guys who get to, but I'm ready to play that winning in, baby.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun to see who just gets axed. There's a high chance.
It was me last season,
It was
bro.
you last season, but
not this time.
Yeah, but there was a high percentage. There's only 6 teams. Now there's 8 teams, so just don't come in dead last. Just don't come in dead last.
It's a big ass. It's a big ass.
Yeah.
But before we get into the team breakdown, I just wanted to go over some really interesting things that happened during the draft. Some tough buys and some great steals. We saw some very important characters in Mario Superstar Baseball not get picked at all.
Yeah, it's crazy to see no Donkey Kong, no Petey Piranha, no Hammer Bro, and no Bowser.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Was Birdo taken?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Which is
that too.
Which is crazy. It really shows you where people's priorities lie. And I think everybody kind of was like, let me spend a little bit less money to have a more well-rounded team instead of, okay, big, best characters and a bunch of duty characters,
Yeah, and if you're tracking this, if you've watched all classics, the one big note that I found out the other night is Petey Piranha has yet to win a classic, and he's not in the classic this season.
He's not going to make it this time.
He's not making it this time. So 9 classics, maybe Petey might actually win one, but we'll see. But no Petey Piranha, and some of those tough buys, $10, it just seems so hard to justify when, you want to make a really good, balanced team. But the price for Bowser and Donkey Kong, I think, was fair, because if we lowered it just a little bit, everyone would have had them.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree. But I was still surprised not to see at least like DK or PD take it.
Yeah, no, we made
Hammer Bro especially too, but I think everybody kind of was like, let's take Boomerang Bro, and I decided to pick Fire Bro, of course.
Yeah, originally we made these prices and you said 3 Bowsers and then 6 Flamin' Hots. And I thought that's what your team was, but then you did a little switch up on us.
I wish I was brave enough, but I really want to win a game. And I don't know if that team would do it. All right, so we're going to get into some team analysis now. Let's start with a returnee to the classic format. We're talking about Tyler, the high-definition Wonder Bears. They brought 3 King Boos, 4 Daisies, a Peach, and a Boshi.
Yeah, the one thing you're going to notice about Tyler's team is that this is Tyler's team. He's very good with every character on screen, and I think that of all the classic players, this team is most powerful in this guy's hands. He's great with King Boo, where maybe we're not as good, and when it comes to Peach and Daisy pitcher, because he has both of them, if one gets tired, he's great with all of them, and then, of course, Boshi's in the game because of Tyler.
Yeah, how could he not pick him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely interesting. I don't love that this team doesn't have a wall jumper. Infield's good. You got Boshi and you got Daisy who has sliding catch. Pitching staff is covered. I think that wall jump is going to be a pretty big weakness, though. But overall, I actually think Tyler's team is surprisingly well-rounded.
I do, too. And I think the fact is, with him not having a wall jumper, I would be head-scratching a little bit more if he had more of a team that we'll see going forward with other classic teams of maybe not as home run hitter teams, but because he does have 3 power hitters, he could replace those not wall jumpable balls to then hit home runs himself. But the one other thing I've noticed too is he doesn't really have a true star hitter besides his captain character in Yoshi. So we'll see maybe if we do see some Daisy stars land, but we have hazards on, and there's a lot of stadiums that the hazards might help that ball. So we'll see how he wants to tackle every single game because, with more stars and not as many star hitters, you just might as well use them. So
absolutely. I'm very excited to see this team play.
Me too.
Coming up next, we got the JK Jesters regular man team. What a baffling decision. I gotta let you guys in on what was happening before he came in and drafted this team. Andrew said, I'm picking 7 Toads worth 2 Toads. Jason's plan coming in was to do 7 Marios and 2 of whatever. But he said, I can't do the same bid as somebody else, so I have to try something else. And he sat there. We were just waiting just for him. Probably 10 plus minutes just thinking, like, what's the bit? What am I making? What do I do? What's not going to suck so bad? And I think he came up with something pretty good. 3 wall jumpers in Mario if you want them. 2 really great middle infielders in Wario. Waluigi can pitch, but he's mostly going to be pitching with his Diddy Kong. And not really sure what Baby Luigi's doing here other than being worth $0 because Mario does everything he wants to do, but way better.
Yeah, the babies were essentially just the throwing characters where it's like you want to build your team and then you have a still 8-speed character that can wall jump, I guess, if you really want to throw him in the outfield. But this team is very similar to Hunters. So it's very funny to see how both these teams
is similar. Yeah, you're
very
right.
similar. The one thing with Jason's team is that he has 3 pitchers with 2 Walus that are going to be playing the corners and Diddy. And Diddy's his pitcher, his normal's pitcher. And, he has a lot of fireballs and, that he can use. And I'm excited to see this team get on base and see how many runs he can score once he gets on base because we don't really have a true heavy. We have 2 Warios, but, Jason's not really this Wario charge hitting guy. He's more of a slap hitter.
Not.
So I want to see how he pilots his team, but, fielding's covered, pitching's covered, star hits covered, and Jason, he's just a normal guy. So
he's just a normal guy. I don't agree with the Diddy Kong on this team. I don't think Diddy Kong's a normal guy. I think he's a monkey. I don't care that man came from monkey or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that was right. Jason Gate. Guy Gate. There we go.
Guy Gate.
Another returnee to the classic format. Mr. Joe is back, and he's bluer than ever, baby. The bluest team he could possibly fathom. What do you think of this? 2 blue Toads, blue Magic Koopa, Boomerang Bro, blue Blob, blue Pianta, 2 blue Shy Guys, and 2 Boshis.
I gotta say, I love Boomerang Bro, and to me, he is the second best heavy hitter in the game because he has so much versatility, and I really think Joe will use that bat with the star. He might use it with the slap. He might use it with the charge swing. I really love Boomerang Bro, and with Boshi, you have a Boshi in left, a Boshi in the infield. Gonna really negate some hits that maybe other characters won't because we didn't really see Yoshi being picked on any other team. So, having 2 of them on your team is certainly gonna help you in the field. But the one thing is, I don't see a pitcher.
No, I don't see a pitcher either. I'm curious because he could just say, oh, I'll just throw with Shy Guy, or maybe I'll throw with Toad. They're all right. Magic Koopa's a better pitcher than both of them, but he plays an elite third base. You probably don't want to take him off of that position. So I'm curious what Joe is going to go with. But honestly, the defense is very good. Like you said, that Boshi in left field and second base, Magic Koopa on third. That's a great little core there.
Yeah.
Those are some of the most common spots that the balls hit to, and they have the pretty much optimal fielder in those positions.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm gonna be a little wary on is there is no wall jumper, right? And with a weaker pitcher on the mound, I think you're more or less going to be giving up more long balls because you don't have the ability to really kind of paint the corners as much as you would like to. But with that being said, he does have 2 Yoshis, and I mentioned this earlier in the video. Petey Piranha's ever won a Classic? Well, Yoshi has ever won a Classic.
That's crazy. Man.
Crazy to think of. So if Joey wins it all, he will be the first team to pilot a Yoshi, and not just 1 Yoshi, but 2 Yoshis on a team. I'm excited to see it.
Me too, man. Me too. Let us know what team you're rooting for down below, by the way. Now let's talk about the young upstart Huge. The Huge Ducks have brought a very interesting team, I feel, to Classic 8. 2 blue blobs, 2 pink menaces, 2 green Nokis, 1 Blue Noki, 1 Boo, and 1 Mario. I feel like he's got a lot covered here.
Yeah, he has chemistry throughout the entire outfield and diamond, has a pitcher, has a wall jumper, and you might be looking at the Pianta infield and saying, oh, like, they don't have sliding catch, or they're not really going to be able to negate too many of these line drive star swings. But with no Birdo and not many other line drive star swingers owned, I think that they're going to do their job because of how good their arms are, how big their hitboxes are, and with how good Huge is with these characters in the field and at plate. I'm excited to see it. I think Huge, he's on the up.
This could be a big season for Huge. And you know what? He came in 3rd out of 6 in Classic 7, right?
Yeah, he did. In the regular season portion.
Right. That's very impressive for him. He definitely was considered bottom of the barrel but like a year ago.
Yeah.
I really love this team from Huge personally. The only thing I would be concerned about is home runs, but honestly on most stadiums, the Piantas with chemistry are going to be all right, and Huge is quite good with their bats.
Yeah, chemistry, stadium selection, which is going to be random each game for those that don't know.
True.
And the fact that he does have a wall jumper, the arms, and Boo, I think he'll be able to negate a lot of home runs as well. So we'll see.
Oh, Andrew, what is there to say about this team? I've got something. It's the most Andrew team I've ever seen in my life. Andrew loves Toadsworth so much, he decided, Toadsworth's only $4, I got 30 to spend. Let me pick up 7 Toadsworths, and then 2 Toads for $1 a piece. We got 2 red Toads there. I like it for him. I don't think it's a good team.
Yeah, I don't like it for anyone or anything. I think it's awful. The thing is with Andrew, he loves Toadsworth so much. Get it. Love Toadsworth as well. But he doesn't use Toadsworth as a star hitter. Refuses to use the star. And when he does use it, he swings through it. He double plays. So you might be saying, oh, 7 Toadsworths. Like, this is great. He has so many stars to boot. He's not going to use him. You know, he's going to use him on the mound, and he doesn't have a pitcher, a meta pitcher, doesn't have a fielding team, doesn't have a home run hitter, doesn't have a wall jumper. Like, he has guys that can get on base at a little bit higher percentage of some other characters. Like if Toadsworth's getting on base at 45 to 50% of the time, other lesser characters are getting at 32% of the time. But he has no one to drive him in. His slugging percentage is going to be low as heck. Andrew, I love you, and I know you can take it. And your team sucks, man. It sucks.
Dang! I've been watching Andrew play baseball for almost 8 years now, and this is the only thing that could have made this more bread and butter for him would be a Birdo. He's great with Birdo, but he wields Toadsworth's bat like no other, and he loves singles. He's always been about it. Even in the old days, he was never like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be all about those home runs. No, it's single, single, single with this guy, and I would not be surprised if he performs exceptionally well with this team. Because that's Andrew. He's the weirdest person in the world, and you say he's got no home run hitters. I see 2 red Toads right there with full chemistry, and that's enough for him.
Fair. There are a lot of teams that don't have wall jumpers, so anything that just gets over the fence, you know, even if it's just enough, will go over.
Right. The defense is not there at all. It is a hyper offensive team in one specific avenue, and that is hitting singles. I think it's gonna be all right. And now it's time to talk about the one, the only Papa Den's D-Fuel, packing some freaking heat this classic. 4 Boomerang Bros. Dennis is lethal with 1. 4 is very, very scary. 3 Baby Marios covers the outfield. You got wall jump everywhere. He's pretty fast, really small. You'll be seeing him drop balls, I'm sure, this classic. But pretty fast outfielder. We got Red Koopa, which is a bread and butter character for Dennis. And Boo Pitcher. I like your team a lot. I think your team is actually very good. I think that your defense is pretty lacking just because Boomerang Bro doesn't play a super good infield, outfield, wherever. What do you think of your team? I'm sure you think it's good, but...
So we didn't know what each other's teams are before we locked in our rosters. So my thought process going into this was, I want to have chemistry in my infield. I do that almost all the times with the Boneses. And even though they're not good infielders, if you're able to convert double plays in big moments and, you know, they're big enough to kind of just make those plays that are in front of them in the infield, you can kind of get by. And my idea was there's not going to be many star hitters because just looking at how the prices went, I said, you know what, a Boshi, Birdo might not really matter. Who cares? I want to hit dingers. We've seen teams in regular classic or regular season format where you have three's a crowd and, it's that kind of hard to pitch around. I said, I want that fourth heavy. You never have four heavies on a team.
No.
So I have four heavies, and I think the best hitter I am at in this game is not Donkey Kong Singles. I think it's Boomerang Bro. And I really want to use Boomerang Bro and prove that Boomerang Bro is the best of the Hammer Bros, is one of the better characters. He has the star. He has the slap. He has the home run ability. And I think my fielding is poo-poo. I think my pitching's good. My wall jump's good. I like my chances, not just because I'm using the team, but because I think that four heavies, a Boo, and then a Rafty star hitter can get by. And I don't think Baby Mario's bat is that bad. I think he should have been maybe a dollar character. Because I think wall jump.
Hot take.
Yeah, I think wall jump is important. I think every wall jumper could have been $1. But a $0 wall jumper all around the diamond, 7 speed, can steal. I like my team. But if my pitcher gets tired, I might be screwed. We'll see.
You got a lot to prove with this one, I think. You're really selling everybody on Boomerang Bro and Baby Mario. Yeah. So we'll see how the Papa Den's D-Fuel perform.
This is so funny. This is literally like the same team.
Like fire and ice. The critical hits are the red team. 4 Fire Bros. The Fire Goat is back. 3 Flamin' Hot Paratroopas, 1 Red Magikoopa, and 1 Mario. I'm going to give you my opinions about my team. I think that my fielding is not great. 3 Paratroopers in the outfield. They're not super fast. They have good arms, though. You might see some people getting thrown out at first base. The Bros, not very good fielders at all. You'll see them hogging the infield. Magikoopa, third base. Where's Paratroopa going to go? I guess I have to pitch with Paratroopa, huh? I forgot about it during the draft. I forgot about it now. So, whatever. Bro will be on the bump as well. Where's the bump?
Mound.
Where's the behind the plate?
Dish.
The dish?
Yeah.
Bro will be on the dish. My team, it's crazy because it looks so similar to yours, but I feel like it's so much more of a mess now that I look at them side by side.
Yeah, you don't have a pitcher. That's the big thing. And we both don't have the fielding. The difference is that I think with having a pitcher, you can kind of negate some weaker contact, whereas, you're not able to paint those corners as much. Better contact is just going to be had. So I think with you is you're going to do very well, I think, against the non-heavy teams. Because if it's going to be a home run battle, I think you could falter. But these teams that are keeping these games kind of close, all you need is one not low trage, Fire Bro home run. And, you have that chem. Yeah, I like your team very much. I think I'm biased. I mean, I made my team for heavies, but I really do like the teams that have the ability to hit not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, multiple home runs a game because, scoring runs from first base, especially on these wacky stadiums where, you have plants that can make balls go fair to foul, turbines that can make balls go fair to foul. It's just you need to be able to get those runs, and home run hitters do it, and you have 4 of them. And you have Captain Mario.
True.
So what's not to like?
I don't know, man. I always get nervous. Everybody likes to roast me for picking bad teams or drafting bad teams. I think I did all right this time.
You did it this year.
But I'm sure someone in the comments will say, Nick picked another bad team again. This is why we don't root for you. And the last team to talk about today, the reigning, defending, 2-time returning champion, the Hunters Gatherers, have brought a motley crew to this classic. We've got 3 Wario's, 3 Waluigi's, Mario, Toadette, and Paratroopa. I think Hunter would be remiss to not pick Mario again after his performance in Classic 7 with him. That Mario looked top tier.
Yeah, no matter what you threw at him, he laid off the outside pitch. Anything you throw inside, he was still able to adjust and make good contact. His frame timing was perfect. He was pushing into the outfield, extending runners. And with barrels and with so many other hazards in play, Mario being able to get runners from first to home, it was simple. It was easy, and he has a great fielding team on top of it. I think he has the best fielding team, if I'm being honest. You have 2 wall jumpers.
Unfortunate.
And you have a really good center fielder in Paratroopa who has a great arm. And then on the infield, you have all Warriors. You have all Warriors, and then his pitcher's Waluigi. So it's going to be a very difficult team to play around, especially on the smaller parks, because with Wario, he doesn't have that true home run power. But he has so many chem partners. He's great with him. And, he has stars he can use too. And that's the one thing that I learned playing against Hunter is when he has 2 or 3 or 4 stars saved up when there's 2 outs, he might just let one rip. And with bases loaded, with Wario Star, you can just send the runners, and it's a scary thing. and then one little mistake, and boom, 4-run home run. So
I think even if Hunter had a team of 9 Goombas, I'd still be scared. He's just been playing out of his mind the past 2 classics, okay? Winning back-to-back classics, who's done that besides Hunter? Has anyone done that?
no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And, you know, if he plays his head off again, which this team has the ability to do, it could be a three-peat. I love the chem here a lot, personally, the Waluigi Wario.
Yeah.
Because Hunter has been proven to be quite good with Wario as well. I don't think he had him in Classic 7, but I've seen him play with Wario, and he's definitely been performing with him a lot. So.
Yeah, just with the Warriors and the Warriors and the Waluigis, and now with Captain Mario, it's scary. And, you know, just to kind of wrap this whole thing up, I think the one thing to notice is that almost every single team has a Mario on it. $4 character. And I keep thinking about it. What if we just made Mario a $5 character? Do you think we would see as many Marios? I don't know. But this Classic, yes, it's Classic 8 Moneyball. But it's also Classic 8 Mario's Moneyball because he's on every single team. He's everyone's captain.
He's
it's
on
crazy.
a lot of teams for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what this has in store for all of us. Everybody's going to play each other once. It's all going to be on camera, and then we'll have the bracket after that. It's going to be a really good time. I'm excited to see how these teams perform. And this is a very repeatable format. If you guys like this, keep letting us know throughout the season, and maybe we'll do it again sometime soon with different money values and different adjustments and stuff. Because I definitely think there's some characters that were undervalued and some that may have been a little bit over. Who do you guys think is going to do really well in Classic 8? Who's your winner pick? Who is going to be in that 8th place cutoff? Dead. Let us know in the comments down below.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video and our channel. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you become a member, you get some special videos on the horizon as well.
If you become a member, you get all of the games for the week early on Sunday evening. Our members love it. Look at these comments from members. Oh, they're freaking out. We love you guys so much. We'll see you for Classic 8. And Dinger City out.